Hello, baby. Did you miss me? Tabmock99 here. Now, did you ever get the feeling that there's more to Kano than meets the eye? Because that's exactly who I want to take a closer look at today. All in favor? Aye! All opposed?
Nay.
And the ayes have it. Introduced to us from the first Mortal Kombat game, Kano's been there right from the beginning. Kano shows no mercy. He's the only character to use a weapon in the game, and he'll even use his metal faceplate to headbutt the other fighters. In John Tobias' Mortal Kombat 1 comic book, when it shows the stats for all the characters, it lists Kano's eye as 1 brown and 1 infrared. Now, if he's truly able to see into the infrared spectrum of light, that would enable him to see in the dark. Even though it doesn't seem to be useful in a fighting game, one of Kano's abilities is enhanced night vision, thanks to his infrared eye. Mortal Kombat 3 took it a step further, when they revealed that Kano's faceplate was, in essence, a sophisticated heat beam called a laser. This laser was used as one of the best fatalities in the game.
Finish him. Kano wins. Fatality.
In some of the later games, this laser would be used as a special move. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance mentions that Kano uses his eye laser to push aggressive attackers away. But where did the idea for Kano even come from? I mean, with his metal faceplate and infrared eye, how did the Mortal Kombat team even think of that? Ed Boon shares a story on the G4 show Icons.
And then Kano was this guy with this metal eye patch, and I think Terminator 2 or something had come out recently, and we said, okay, let's make a guy whose skin is peeling away.
But the Terminator connection may be more coincidence than anything else. In an interview with GamePro magazine, Mortal Kombat co-creator John Tobias shared his story behind Kano's inspiration. He says, "I was at a costume shop just looking for some gun belts, and I saw they had Mardi Gras masks hanging on the wall. I put the whole mask on Richard's head, and it looked like he had a metal head. Then I started thinking, wouldn't it be cool if at one point Kano got his eye shot out, and he got this metal implant to help him see in infrared? I cut one of the masks in half and used some spirit gum to stick it to Rich's face. That's how Kano became Kano." There was also his sketch from an early version of Mortal Kombat, before the characters had been finalized, depicting Kano wearing an eye patch. I'm sorry, but without the iconic metallic faceplate and infrared eye, it's just not Kano. Now, how does that whole seeing in infrared thing work anyway? Well, this is the electromagnetic spectrum. Actually, this is just what's visible to us. It's a very small portion of the spectrum. There are many other frequencies, from gamma rays to radio waves, which our eyes are unable to detect. But certain organisms are able to see better than we can. For example, goldfish are able to see in the infrared portion of the spectrum. We've also built sophisticated technology, such as infrared cameras, which can see infrared as well. So when they say Kano's able to see in infrared, that's certainly within the realm of possibility. Except that doesn't seem to be how it works in the Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, just listen to what Shang Tsung threatens him with.
Maybe me and Sonya should share a cabin. Have our own little honeymoon cruise.
If you so much as touch your Kano, you're going to need to see my dog.
So this means that not only does Kano's eye not help him see in the dark, he can't use it to see at all. Or, a second possibility, he can see just fine out of it, but Shang Tsung's an old man who just doesn't understand technology. Or a third possibility, Kano can see out of it just fine, and Shang Tsung knows it, but it doesn't matter because he's going to destroy his real eye and his artificial one. I can't stop thinking about that thing Tobias said, about how Kano got his eye shot out. You know, that would have been a really cool thing to see. There was a perfect opportunity in Mortal Kombat Special Forces, but just didn't work out. What happened with that game? It's a disaster. Such a catastrophe. In fact, it makes me want to shoot my own eye out. Since this is a prequel, they could have explored what happened to Kano and why he needed his eye. But they didn't. They just showed him as having his metal implant from the very beginning. I think I speak for all Mortal Kombat fans when I say, this isn't exactly what we wanted. But you know who did it right? Mortal Kombat Legacy. In one of the most eye-popping moments of this show, they revealed exactly what happened to Kano. Well, I never. There's also a nice bit of foreshadowing explaining how the cybernetics in his eye work.
It's a new directed energy weapon. The red eye transfers energy to a target, delivering the desired effect.
I know what it is.
Work faster.
In the Mortal Kombat X comic series, Kano mentions that he got a new eye, replaced the old one a few years back, and in a flashback sequence, he reveals what happened. In a fight with Sub-Zero, who's being possessed by the Kamidogu, Sub-Zero explains, "I've already been dead once." Never again. I'm pretty sure the purpose of the upgrade was just so that the artists could give Kano different colors for his eye and matching chest piece. He still has the red look in his cybernetic variant, but it's become yellow for his Commando look, and in his Cutthroat look, it's more greenish. Well, that sure is a lot of information about Kano. Now here's an idea. How about if we learn some more information about the doctor who performed Kano's operation? All in favor? Aye! All opposed?
Nay.
Who keeps saying nay?
It was him. Let's get him, fellas.
One of the new characters introduced in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is Hsu Hao, who has a cybernetic heart unit. One of the secret items in the crypt mentions that Hsu Hao had been part of a covert division of the Chinese military that experimented with cybernetic implants to enhance physical performance and endurance. The same surgeon that operated on Hsu Hao later worked on Kano's eye implant. And in Mortal Kombat 2011, we finally catch a glimpse of the Doctor. In Kabal's ending, which of course is non-canon, Kabal tracks the Doctor down so that he can get some upgrades of his own. Wow, he looks pretty powerful after those upgrades the Doctor gave him. They should use this as a skin for Kabal in another Mortal Kombat game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Doctor. They never even give us his name. For that, we have to turn to the Mortal Kombat novel. In the book, Kano says that if he ever loses a hand or an ear or whatever, he can always go back to that Doc Rotwang in Munich. German engineering. That makes it plausible. But you have to be careful when you're taking story elements from things like the books or the movies and applying them to the games. After all, they don't always see eye to eye. Well, there is one last thing I'd like to talk to you about, and that's the fact that bionic eyes in real life are starting to get to the point where they can help blind people see. Apparently, doctors have found a way to take a camera and interface it directly to your optic nerve, so that patients who have lost their sight, or in some cases who are even born blind, are able to see. I guess you could say it's just another way that Mortal Kombat has seen the future. This is Tabmock99 saying, good day, mate.